Now we're going to do one final sweep, but I think this is the home stretch. We did it. I want like epic music in the background for this Morbus, okay? Like that Doug guy that does when he does his YouTube channels. I want like super dun 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 dun. Hey, Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Humankind in the Coruscant challenge, where we have actually managed to completely take over the world. And right now our goal is to efficiently turn this entire world into one single megacity. And the process for that is going to take some time because we have to go through and we have to make sure we build all of our unique districts. Because every single one of these Jama Masjids that I build, when I eventually make my megacity, that's going to apply to it. So my priorities have to be in the right area. I'm not even worried about where they go because that's less important to me than just getting them done. So like there's a couple over here in Kerma that need to get done. It'll be two turns and then we can switch to the next era, and then we can start really popping off and making a city that the world will envy. Now we do have a major problem in that we are 5 cities over our city cap, and we have maxed out our tech for this era. We're not making much influence, so there's going to be a little bit of a process here of maximizing our cities. We still are having the small unit flickering bug, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to try to stay zoomed out to like this level for a while. Until that goes away, because it's just like, I don't know why this happens, but it's like just one of those weird little bugs that bothers me a lot. Is this a train station? Who's building train stations? Get this out of here. Get this out of here. Let's go ahead and take the Mughals, and we shall become the Austro-Hungarians, because we want that infinite stability and infinite influence that we're going to get from being the Austro-Hungarians. Although that said, do we really need to actually go the Austro-Hungarians? I know we spent a lot of the last stream really talking about this, but maybe we only need to go for the Italians. No, because, and hear me out on this one, if we go for the Austro-Hungarians, once we have like a certain critical mass of opera houses, stability becomes literally irrelevant. And so we will never actually need a commons quarter for the rest of the game. So we could pop down. Yeah, I like this. So the Opera House actually offers us an insane amount of value. We don't actually need to do anything else but Opera House. So that means Austro-Hungarians, that is my boy. I think I've decided that this is going to just be a food area over here. There's just going to be endless amounts of food, and I'm going to overwrite any of the like yields on the ground. Because at this point, it's more about placing districts than it is about actually focusing on the extraction yields. The extraction yields are actually a bit of a bait at this point in the game. Boom. Welcome to the next era. This is the era where the city starts to combine. This is the era where things start to change. I like the flickering. The flickering is starting to have a bit of an appeal, a bit of a charm to it now. All right, boom. One of the builders started. We've already earned 3 bronzies. Let's go. I like how the game is like, oh, you need to earn more expansionist stars. I own all of the territories in the entire game. Maybe there's like an... Oh, wow. There actually are. Oh, there's like a single territory down here that's unclaimed. Well, let me get my these are my nearest units. Get these guys on the case. So yeah, it's totally Opera House time. This is gonna be sick as hell. I'm probably gonna replace, just like pop them somewhere in the center of like masses of districts. The Opera House will make a difference. Let's delete whatever makes sense here. Whatever we can find. What do we got? President, encyclopedia. We'll probably just like grab as many texts as we can. Like we obviously want coal. It would be good to pick up nature preserves for pollution blocking. We'll grab fertilizer plants, extra yields from coal. I want to avoid pollution for now, I think. So instead I'll focus on getting like microbiology for cheaper districts and stuff like that. Urban administrators is important for the extra city cap. Wireless telegraphy. Oh, I like how I'm getting science osmosis, even though I'm the only culture in the entire game. That's kind of neat. It's a question of, do we actually want to build train stations? And I don't think we do. In fact, I think we kind of want to get rid of train stations, if at all possible. We want to avoid pollution until the very late game. But Kusa, for certain, should be combined with something. And it's probably like a CAD or something. So I'm going to come into Kusa and see if I can't build like a web of productive districts here. Right, in my capital, it's definitely Opera House time. And honestly, this is worth 100 stability on a single district. Like, that's insane. And where I place it actually doesn't matter. I can probably replace some garrisons at some point in the future. Because even though, sure, the Opera House gives you stability per adjacent district, but it's actually the stability per district that matters. So just like placing it somewhere out of the way is as equally valid as any other use of it. So I'll get all those opera houses, and that's like hundreds of stability and potentially hundreds more as the game goes on. It's an insane amount of influence too. But we basically just hit the infinite stability glitch. Like it's over now for stability. So I think Velsna would like to be combined with Mycenae as well. And in order to do that, it's going to need to build all its basic infrastructure, which is going to take forever if I don't use gold purchasing. But you know what? I'm in for the long haul. How much is it to combine a city with my capital? It's really expensive to combine with my capital. Probably just look for the cheapest ones I can do. Like there's a 35k one, 37k. Mycenae is actually a 30k combined with Akkad, so that's probably on my next thingy. But my influence should start to shoot up now in this era. Oh, sweet, we got ourselves an outpost in the snow. I guess we just attach that to Kusa. Boom. Getting the expansionist star. I need 37 territories, but there are no more territories. Like, we have them all. I don't know, like, I thought the game was programmed in a way that, like, the amount of stars, but there must be some other way. I'd like to know how the era star stuff is calculated. It's interesting. So we're getting our coal up now as well. We've already got 4 coal up somehow. We finally have access to nature preserves, which is going to be another thing that I build a lot of to try and offset any pollution that I run into. Anywhere I can build a nature preserve, I will be building it. Somehow. Somehow it's already ready to go to the next era. Now, somebody was saying I should take the Americans, but no way, dude. No way. What we really want to take are these boys, the Egyptians. We get +3 food on every tile producing food and +1 food per population per territory. That's going to be an insane amount of food. A lot of just placing districts right now. Not the most engaging or insane like gameplay. Like, oh, click, 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 hyper. Like, it's not like I'm drifting around a corner, right? I'm just like placing 1,000 districts a turn. You know what? I probably don't need an army anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and just completely delete every regiment. Because at this point, I've already won the game. The only thing I have to worry about are rebels. And since I'm playing Austria-Hungary, I don't have to deal with rebels. As we all know, went historically perfectly well. The Austro-Hungarian Empire never ever had any problems with rebels, dissidents, or anything of that like. Definitely didn't spark off the old little WW1. The big double dub one, as we like to call it down in the imaginary streets. All right, we're deleting the very last army now. That's an extra 1,000 gold per turn that works out to be, which is pretty good. Have you seen the independent city exploit where you liberate a city and it makes a district? Yeah, I've seen that exploit, but I thought it'd be more fun to do this as a challenge. My original attempt at this challenge offline, I actually used the independent city exploit, but it didn't seem fun to me. I thought it would be more fun to do it live on YouTube and actually like do the challenge. And this gigantic carpet of food districts that I'm building is absolutely necessary to be able to feed our pop. Don't you dare question it. Ooh, Kerma is already starving for some reason. That tells me I need to like start making insane amounts of food in here. We'll figure it out. Yeah, this city has basically no food income. All right, we'll have to figure that out. So what happens if I convert this? All right, I got a few hundred influence. All right, a few hundred influence isn't too bad. It'll help out a little. My god, my capital has so many preservable tiles, which is awesome. Now, I know preserves probably aren't in the spirit of like a Coruscant or Hive World challenge, but I just really like animal reserves, okay? I like animals. I'm allowed to customize things a little bit, okay? Right, +1 city cap. That should eat away a lot of the negative influence we were taking. And we're now up to 2,000 influence per turn. Not quite the insane numbers we would have had with Ming, but certainly better than we would otherwise see. Okay, the city of Kerma is ready to eat Phaistos. And that's actually the cheapest consumption here that we can do. And that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for the cheapest combines of cities to bring our influence penalty down. So I'm going to eat Phaistos with Kerma. Nom nom nom. The city is now starving heavily, but we can fix that pretty quick by dedicating an area to food, like over here. Just this entire area is now dedicated to food production. And that should sort that problem out. Quick, smart. All right, let's have a look at Krakow. Krakow's got huge food surplus now, which is perfect. Maybe time to do a little bit more production surplus? Massive food surplus over in Hagmatana as well. Let's start getting a bit of stuff like food surplus type things. I don't want pollution. No, No sirree, Bob. Pollution is a dangerous game until we hit the late game. Let's just focus on getting our infrastructure up. Our non-polluting infrastructure first. It's probably about time to consider maybe switching to be able to attach and merge cities with money and focus on gold production. Although I'm not really set up for gold production, so maybe that's not what we do. There definitely is a civic in here somewhere, though, that helps us out a bit. +1 influence on Maker's Quarter. That'll pay itself off pretty quick, actually. Ooh, I can't believe I forgot to plug in religious tolerance. That's actually so much influence that we're missing out on here. Like, just a mistake straight up to not have those set up. I think we have all the text that we really, like, care about. So I think we just now queue up everything for completion. So going through, I think we've built all our operating houses. So going to the next era might be the right move. Who's ready to combine? Any combiners in the chat? Come on, I know someone's ready to combine. Someone somewhere has to be cheap enough. I have an actually absurd amount of coal right now. 10. Jesus. This city doesn't have enough production to do that, actually. It'll have to. It'll just have to do it. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, basically, I'm going through and I'm building only infrastructure in all of my cities. That's because I want all of them to have the same infrastructure, because the price to absorb a city with another city is based on the difference of the number of infrastructures between the cities and the amount of population and the number of districts. So if we can put all of our production into making districts, or not districts, sorry, rather infrastructure, we'll make it cheaper to absorb other cities into our cities. Of course, that only makes sense in cities where, you know, I have enough production to make that worth it. So by spamming out a whole bunch of industrial zones in Velsna, I'll make it cheap enough to actually go through and do all these projects. Now there is a civic in here somewhere that we can change over here to absorb city cost minus 20%, which should save us a lot in the scaling here in the late game. So like I said, we're avoiding pollution for now. You can raise a city and resettle it. Yeah, but that's kind of exploity and not fun, right? We're doing the challenge as envisioned, right? As it should be done. We've got all of the luxury monopolies, which is great. The real problem we have now is just we never really took anything to increase our influence. And so our influence is a little bit weak, but it should be fine. We're growing more pop, but there might be ways for us to get influence in here. Like, for example, +1 influence on Maker's Quarters. That'll pay for itself pretty quick. Got 2,000 production in Hagmatana. Oh, it's becoming a bit of a problem. I'm building things faster than I can do anything else. We'll fill this city with districts, like, no problem. Because it's easier to fill the map with districts if you do it in, like, individual pockets of districts. There's Trench Warfare. We just invented Trench Warfare, and we're the only civ left on the entire world. Somehow I think that's a little bit redundant. The nice thing is now, though, we've reached a point in the game where we can just kind of, like, spam districts out. And our stability never goes down. We could just spam, like, 5-10 districts, a city per turn. And we never really turn into problems. Now, I want Hagmatana to be my breadbasket, okay? This is where the food is made, okay? In endless numbers of these farmers' quarters are being built. I kind of like how satisfying it is to look at my cities from really far out. It's like, damn, dude. We've almost coded the map. Hagmatana is almost cheap enough now to combine with my capital since we've matched their infrastructure. And that's probably going to be the next combine that I do. I don't think there's anything cheaper than that. So yeah, it's about making sure that the cities have roughly matching amounts of infrastructure. Actually, Parsa and Mycenae are very, very close together to the point where that's like super cheap. It's cheaper to absorb Parsa from Mycenae. So let's do it. Boom. There's another city knocked off. Slowly, the megacity is taking shape. Now we're up to 4k influence per turn. The scaling, this city is now worth 6k production per turn. Feels good. That should actually have theoretically, yeah. Okay, good. We're making progress. Oh man, look, my cities are celebrating. Look at the fireworks. Is that a bug? I think the graphics are just like dying, dude. Like, because things are flashing that shouldn't be when I zoom in. Oh man. I'm losing 85 pollution per turn rather than making pollution. Perfect. Now, Coruscant will eventually be a polluted, horrifying world, but I don't want to deal with the stability impact on that until we have everything combined. Oh, we don't want industrial silos. We want everything that doesn't give pollution. See, it's time to get our oil online. Oil is useful. I guess it's time to get rid of some of these commons quarters because they're not necessary anymore. I'd rather get the gold. Almost done with infrastructure in here as well. To try and make these cities cheap enough to absorb. God, the food that this city is capable of producing is just disgusting at this point. It's probably about time that we advanced, to be honest. as well. It's something we should look into. I think it might be time to become Brazil. I was hoping to get one more city combine in. Maybe I'll wait for Hagmatana before I go. Almost there. We're at 4k, or 40k rather, 4k per turn. 2 more turns should do Hagmatana for us. Let's replace all these science quarters with farmers' quarters, for sure. Don't need science anymore. Don't need these sacrificial altars either. Wait, what is this? Yeah, sacrificial altars seem a bit useless. Alright, now is the moment of truth, where Hagmatana is absorbed into Coruscant. Boom. City now has 245 population with 328 capacity. It's making 14.4k industry per turn and a similar amount of food, like 7 to 8k or something like that, maybe more. No, it's like 11k. Oh, baby. What happens if I put production as my primary thing? 17k. 17k production. God damn. That's a lot of production. We're growing a population every single turn. Yeah, let's advance now. Let's do it. Let's become the Brazilians. Man, it's tempting to go something else though. I don't want to deal with I don't want to deal with pollution. Yeah, I think I backed myself into a bit of a corner here, and the Brazilians are actually my best bet. I'm gonna need the food from these Brazilian quarters when I hit the max like zenith. So I want to put these Brazilian agronomy labs in the center of a bunch of farmers' quarters. They give you +1 food per population. So in my capital, that's 245, 46 population each. Plus, they also act like farmers' quarters, so that's always worth it too. They don't have to be in the center of the farming quarter districts areas, but like somewhere central inside, like a group is good. This gives me a chance to expose the weaknesses in the growth model they use for this game, which I'm happy to do. I really don't think growth should be capped at like 100% per turn. I think that's a bit silly, in my deepest and humblest opinion. But yeah, now we've got all these agronomy labs coming, so our food in here should start to skyrocket. In fact, our food across our entire empire should start to pop off. All right, agronomy labs, boom. Price to combine has gone up significantly though, going up to the next era. That's fine. Let's immediately now go for fusion reactor. That's going to increase our industry by 50% and reduce our pollution by 50%. Once we have fusion reactor, that opens up us to start actually polluting. Which is kind of exciting. PotatoMcWhiskey, is the production capped to 1 district per round, or does the city build as many as you have in the production queue? The city builds as many as it can build in a single turn. So if you look at Coruscant here, both of these say 1 turn. That means they'll both be finished this turn. So the turn here tells you how many turns is going to pass before this thing's completed. So we're probably close to building 2 districts per turn in my capital with the amount of production it has. And we're not even finished production-wise in there. 10% food, 10% industry, and 10% production on all cities. That seems pretty damn good for Christ the Redeemer. What do we got? Empire State, ongoing trade. I've got no trade. Ooh, Sydney Opera House is 10% of every yield. Big Ben is science. I don't care about science. +1 industry per population in all cities. This seems pretty weak. This should be upgraded. All right, we've got nuclear weapon tech. We're very close to fusion reactor, which is when we can start polluting. And since that happens soon, we may as well start polluting now. Right? Should we start polluting now? Yeah, let's do it. No. Yeah, it's pollution time. Let's do it. Drown the world. All right, boom. There's fusion reactors, which lowers our pollution by 50%. So now we're safe to pollute, okay? Half of it is already taken out before we do any other mitigating factors for pollution, before we take into account preserves, anything like that. I think the next big thing is to get the neural implant for the 50% influence on our main plaza. It'll take a while, but it will come through. Come through pretty clutch for us. Sitting on nearly 3k per turn. Not nearly enough, but we'll get there. All right, let's check out our farming areas. What's the pollution like in Altair? It's pretty bad. Very low pollution. That should get worse as time goes on, though. Let's get all these strategic resources online. We got 1 aluminum, 1 uranium, and 3 oils. Do I want nuclear power plants at this point? It does reduce my pollution, which is perfect. Yeah, we need to get that pollution down. In fact, I'm going to buy it. Boom. Pollution reduced. And that's pretty much all the infrastructure we need in here. It's expensive to combine cities. I wonder, do I just start like pumping out festivals? It's probably not efficient. I get +1 influence per district that I build, which seems pretty good. This is like a giant carpet of just commercial hubs. I kind of like it though. It's fun. So I can get 1 stability on Maker's Quarters or +5 money on Maker's Quarters. I feel like +1 money on Maker's Quarters is way better. But none of these abilities actually matter to me right now. All right, Coruscant has done some progress. Let's make sure we get all our strategics. We got aluminum, we got uranium, we got aluminum. What are we missing? Uranium, aluminum, oil, uranium, oil. Jesus. Is that all? Oh my god, there's so many strategics in this city, and I can one turn them all. So all of these will be done in one turn because I'm making 33,000 industry per turn in my capital. Yes. 11.7k food. We've almost filled out most of my capital's area. There's a little bit of room here that needs like a little bit of work. What's the pollution like in here? Pretty bad. It'll get better though. Like it won't get much worse than what it is right now. So I'll throw down, man. Look how many things we're building in a single turn here. It's so crazy. So crazy. Nuclear power plant. One turning nuclear power plants everywhere in my empire. Feels good, man. I'm going to spend money. Oh, I didn't want to build units. Whoops. I'm going to spend money on Kusa to try and get it to like build its infrastructure faster so it can be absorbed easier. Because look how expensive it is compared to like Akkad, who has all of its infrastructure done. The only difference between these two cities, the city is tiny, but it doesn't have its infrastructure. So therefore, it's way more expensive to absorb than Akkad is. Akkad has all of its infrastructure, therefore it's really cheap to absorb. That's how it works, okay? People were telling me earlier that that's not how it works. I'm telling you right now, that's how it works. Akkad is next, baby. We're going to absorb it. It's getting absorbed. It's joining the collective. I'll try not to build the anti-air surveillance because that seems like a pointless thing. I don't need combat strength against air units. Seems quite pointless to me. Oh, we can start doing our space stations for extra era score. But I totally forgot to leave like room on the map to do that. Oops. Oh, here we go. As long as I don't build that aluminum, we're fine. Boom, space race. Let's keep launching them from here. One turning space races across my empire. Feels pretty good, man. How much are districts? Districts are only like 3k. I probably do want to increase the production in here, though. And where's Kusa? I wanted to buy things in here to try and speed it along. Krakow is almost filled, actually, the land. Space race against who? Against me! I'm racing myself, dude. That's who I'm racing. Plus, I just want the fame. I want to have big fame numbers. Mars colony. Hell yeah. Launch it. All right, now it's just a matter of filling in the gaps with as many districts as we can, reasonably find. It's getting kind of hard to see where I should put them. But like, things are kind of making sense. We're at the gap filling portion, aka a night out with your mom. Hell no, we're going to be whale fishing until the end of the world. I'm sorry, we're not stopping the whale fishing. Hey, we landed on Mars. Beautiful. Can I now also perhaps be launching the geosynchronous satellite for score? Oh, someone else should help. Hold on. You, help. One turn it. Akkad is looking good. We got our juicy gold area here. Although, it isn't really generating that much money. But we got it. It's there. Probably should have built some industry stuff here at some point. Oh, is Akkad ready to be absorbed? Oh, Akkad. Join Coruscant. Yes. The city of Coruscant now occupies like a third of the world's surface. No. Nearly 40% of the world's surface is occupied by Coruscant. I'm making 59,000 production per turn in this city. We have a population of 460 and we still have surplus food. This city is insane. This is a ridiculous city. I forget where I was building this. We'll put it there. That's fine. All right, good job. All right, Coruscant, we need to fill in the gaps. Boom, 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 boom. Farm. Bit of industry in here. You know what? This looks like a good food area. I'll keep you busy for a while. Alrighty. Production is happening. Whether you want it to or not, we are making the city the most productive thing in the universe. Alright, cool. I think Krakow is actually finished building things. Yeah, I don't care about tech parks. I don't need technology. So I think now the next thing for Krakow is to combine it. To absorb. Join the collective. Velzna is next. So Krakow finished, completely built all of its districts. The only thing maybe missing are harbors, which I think means we spam festivals in here. Because I don't see an available tile inside this city's territory that I can put a district on. Since you're running a faith to food combo, couldn't you switch to atheism? Let's see. No, I think we stay with our religion because we're actually getting a ton of food from the Angkor Wat. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I actually can't see it. It looks like I can't tell. I know we're making a lot of faith though. I don't know how to tell. There's the neural implant, and more importantly, this gives us the 50% influence that we're looking for, so we'll be able to absorb cities faster. What's next on the tech agenda? Yeah, I definitely want aluminum melting, because that'll give me extra yields across my empire. And the hydroelectric dam is pretty good too for pollution reduction. And then I probably want... Yeah, sewage treatment plant seems pretty good. High density habitation is pretty good. +1 stability per population seems quite good. Mechanized harvesting. Yeah, there we go. Mechanized harvesting. Automation, 10% food. More pollution. Pollution reduction. Yeah. +1 stability per population. Cinema. Science per population is pretty good. Don't need command compound. And then it's just about these late game techs. Anything in here that does anything for me. 50% money is pretty good for space orbital. So I think we said Krakow was finished. Right? The hell do I do in this city to make yields that are relevant to my empire? I guess we run the influence project. I wish I could repeat it. Like, I don't have a way to repeat it over and over, which makes me upset. But the city can get its production absorbed pretty readily. There's social housing. Yeah, I'll take free arts. I'll take free arts on that event. Boom. Nice. We're finishing up. Some techs here. Perfect. Who's next on the absorb list? Mycenae is pretty expensive. Kusa's getting cheaper though. Every time we build one of these, see, look at the price go down. Every time I buy something, price goes down. So we could actually absorb Kusa this turn, and we will. Bring it into the collective. We've got the 5 cities to be absorbed. Some of them are quite cheap. Velsna is finished as well, annoyingly. Right, there's suburbs. Perfect. Lots of stability and bomb shelters and all that sort of stuff. Coruscant isn't finished building things. We got a whole territory over here to fill in. And you know what would be fun? I reckon market quarters. Fill this whole area in with market quarters. Try to make sure we fill in every little gap. Don't leave any space for mistakes here. My pollution is getting to a crazy level. We're almost at level 1 pollution, but that's fine. It's fine. It's not nearly bad enough. It's nowhere near as bad as it could be, so I'm not worried about it yet. All right, let's get factory farming. We also want quarrying machinery. We don't care about bomb shelters. Although I guess bomb shelters, they don't cost me anything to build, so we may as well. Did I accidentally build those polluting buildings? Oh, I might have. That sucks. I didn't want those. Workers' rights are profit focused. +5 money on Maker's Quarters. Yeah, I think I'll take the money on Maker's Quarters. Global pollution is low, and I, as the top polluter, get some fame. Nice. I like how you get fame for polluting. Right, there's renewable energy, so our pollution is going to keep climbing down now, which I'm super happy about. If I alt left click, that doesn't put it at the top of the tree. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, we got all the production coming in now. I like how, look how many of these districts are finished per turn, by the way. I'm finishing 4 markets this turn. Boosh. Boom, boom, boom. Mass entertainment. There's the cinema and the museum. Perfect. Every time. I don't want to destroy that nature preserve. Sorry. Whoops. What do we got going in Kerma? Kerma, it's time for you to make me some money. I don't even care about efficiency anymore. The only thing I care about is like placing down the placing down the districts. Get it? I gotta carpet the world of districts, dude. Yeah, no other civilization is leaving a mark on the world. It's like, you don't say, dude. You don't say. Oh, my capital is finally starving. Ooh, okay, so then we need to go to food policy. Even then, it's still starving. Jesus. Yeah, we're consuming 25,000 food per turn, so we'll have to do some work on growth here. I think helping with the pollution actually fixed our problem. Problem was we had like a pollution issue. Yeah, there it is. We can keep our pollution down. We're good. Also, I like how I spent like the last day or 2 working on this Coruscant challenge, okay? And some jerk beats me to the punch and makes a post about it on the Humankind subreddit, all right? Now, I know I'm not the only one who's allowed to have ideas, but I am mad about it. But he stole my thunder because I wanted to make the post. But his one was actually way more impressive because he put way more time into it. This is just me memeing. Like, he couldn't just let me have it. He couldn't just let me make my one, post it to subreddit. Imagine if you can't get districts on every time. The game has already ended. It's over. We're in overtime here, baby. There are even some Coruscant-ish pictures back on that Reddit back when the open devs were a thing. Fair enough. I'll take that L. But, you know, I wanted the W. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I didn't deserve it, but I wanted it. There's the space orbital. That's going to give us a 50% money boost across our empire, which is super helpful. Velsna is about to be absorbed. Boom. Another city joins us. All their population, all their production becomes a part of the collective. I don't need science anymore, to be honest. Make sure we go through and we just research everything now. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Now it's a matter of just making that money. We're going to make that bread, baby. Oh. Global pollution levels are high. Minus 50% food on district. Wait, what is this? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, oof. That's a minus 50% food. Oh, oof. Oh, that's painful. It's only going to get worse. We polluted the world disgustingly quick. I mean, it is appropriate for Coruscant, right? For the world to be like a hellscape. It's the gray, polluted, horrifying hellscape. I think Krakow is donezo. Why do we... Oh, Mycenae is so expensive because it hasn't built all this infrastructure. That makes a lot more sense now. It's probably why Kerma is so expensive as well. Yep, Kerma never built all the things. Look at this absolute just cloud of smog over our cities, dude. A horrendous smog. Pretty sure the game is over in 12 turns. Dude, the game's been over forever. The only thing that's stopping me now is whether or not it crashes. All right, next turn we can absorb Krakow. I'm excited. Boom. Only 2 cities remain. 2 cities remain to be absorbed. That's all we require. Now, they're a little bit expensive right now, but they should get cheaper over time. Every time they finish some infrastructure, you see their price comes down. Because again, the cost to absorb cities is based on the difference in the infrastructure, okay? No matter how many times you tell me I'm wrong, I'm right. Let's get that bread, dude. Did I miss some preserves? How could this have happened? Excuse me. Because it seems now it's just a race to the end conditions to combine all the cities. Dude, I've already won the game. I killed all the other players. It's over. We already did it. We did it, Reddit, etc. Yeah, something's going to collapse to a Nova. We'll see about that. Plus 2% money per oil? Hell yeah, dude. Get me in. Tag me in, coach, on this financial district. How expensive are these districts now? Ooh, 25k each. Yeah, we're going to have to do some production after this. Mycenae, don't let me down. Produce your best production. Not your breast production. That's a different thing. Jesus Christ. The old Freudian slip. I swear to God, I'm going to do this challenge and I'm going to have forgotten like a single tile. And someone's going to be like, the challenge is invalid. You missed a tile in the southeast corner of your empire. You missed 1 tile, so you didn't do the challenge. That's my voice for YouTube commenters. That's right. That's what I hear when I read those whiny comments. That's the voice I hear. It's an angry nerd. He missed 1 tile no matter what. No, do not start this meme. This is a dangerous meme, okay? I will start handing out bans, all right? You're flying very close to the sun there, buddy. I don't need this extra pollution, so I'll just leave it. All right, who do we absorb? Do we absorb Mycenae? Or do we absorb Kerma first? I think Mycenae has been such a hero city this game. We got to absorb Kerma first. Boom. Kerma joins the collective. Our food goes down even more. We're up to a tasty 100k industry. A tasty 100k industry. I'm curious, what happens if I put this to max? Boom. 168k. Not bad. But man, am I not able to feed my pops. We'll need endless farms soon. But first, production. Let's find a nice production area. Yeah, right here. And keep you busy for a while. We're on the home stretch, boys. Condemn. Wind farms are a visual monstrosity. Destroys wind farm. No. Why would we stop the wind farms? It's the only thing keeping us from like actually succumbing to the pollution that engulfs the world. Is wind farming, okay? These people don't understand how close to the precipice of death that they are. All right, I think Mycenae is almost filled out. We just need a little bit more, like here. Let's have a look. I think Mycenae only has this 1 last tile here. That's it. It's done. Mycenae is complete. With the completion of this maker's quarters, Mycenae is done. I see no more tiles. I mean, I guess you could theoretically say, oh, I should build my harbors, which I will. Just to be like, okay, I built my harbors. I can't build any more districts, you know? But that's it, I think. It's done. We completed the challenge. I'm curious, how big of a deal are these? You could have 4 harbors per territory, theoretically. Damn it, we'll have to redo the whole run. As if, dude. I'm surprised that we're almost at our max pop here. Alright, Mycenae is finished. Which means it's absorb time. Boom. This is it. We're on the last bit. It's 50k production per district now. We're minus 40,000 food. But the challenge isn't done when we carpet the world in districts. The challenge is done when we have a city that's stable, okay? When it's not losing or gaining population too heavily. So even though we have made the 1 giga huge city, there's still work to be done, okay? There's tiles that aren't filled here. We're not done yet, but goddamn is this not beautiful, okay? We've got 782 million people. I'm counting these as billions, okay? 8 billion people in a single city encompassing the entire world. Probably, you know what? That should be like 78 billion people or something crazy because of the amount of food they eat. But like I said, we're not done yet because we got to feed this city. We got to fill out the tiles. Probably going to build a giant farming area here to try, desperately try, and save my people from their hunger. We're building 4 farmers' quarters a turn. It is making a dent. Like, we are making a dent here. And this food problem isn't really getting that much better. It's getting a little bit better. We're down to nearly 34k food. A little bit of starvation is probably helping us too, unironically. Let's see. Gotta keep an eye out here. I don't like that these preserves don't have like a district symbol. It's hard to tell. Alright, where's the last few spots? There's a couple over here. There's not going to be much left now at this stage. Do some end turns. 2, 3. Go hunting again. More spaces. Oh, here's a space. That's it. I think I filled every space that I could find reasonably. Because everything else is nature preserved. Let's just make sure we don't miss anything, because we are liable to miss things. Guys, keep your eyes out. Look for gaps in the districts, okay? Look for the holes. This has 2 districts on it, so it's fine. You missed that one tile incoming? I swear to God. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice, yeah. A hole in the matrix. We found it. Let's also get rid of some of these makers' quarters. We don't need gold anymore. Who asked for gold, honestly? It wasn't me. I just can't seem to get lower than 34k food. I just can't break that barrier. It's like I've got some kind of like, even though I'm getting like 100 food per market quarter or farmer quarter, and we're making 4 farmers quarters a turn, it's really hard to break the 34k mark. Why is my food deficit going up? I don't understand. Oh, right. If I focus on food, we're down to 28k. All right, that's pretty good. Balanced growth 36. Yikes. Yeah, if you're wondering what these are not usually gaps, okay? This one in particular is, but most of these like little symbols you see, like this, these are nature preserves. They look like empty tiles, but they're not. I guess in the spirit of a Coruscant challenge, I should theoretically fill them in, but I like animals, okay? We're keeping them blank, because I like little baby deer and stuff. Okay, they're cute. Even if Bambi was a horrendous tragedy to watch, because of the opening scenes and stuff, I still like little deer, okay? They're cute. We must be getting close to stabilizing here. I've destroyed endless amounts of market quarters in the name of progress. Do I want to make a wonder? I'm not allowed to sacrifice population anymore due to the game rules. Maybe there's some wonders I could do to help me with my food. Let's see. Statue of Zeus. Oh, for God's sake. Coruscant. Where can I put this? Here's fine. Boom. Statue of Zeus built. There's probably a better wonder, honestly, for me to build. We have 1 million gold in the bank, which feels pretty good. Let's see. We got the Tora Jai. Who cares? The Tokapi Palace. Oh, +1 money, stability, and science on regular districts. Not super useful. Oh, that's... never mind. That's an ability of it. Industry per population. +10 per money. Yeah, I don't care about money. There we go. Sydney Opera House. Now, that's a wonder that we can make use of. 10% yields across the board in various ways. 10% food, money, industry, and science. I'll take that. Sydney Opera House. Go right there. Deleting all our market quarters, because who needs money when you've got a gigacity the size of an entire planet, honestly. Yeah, one turning a wonder. Dude, I got like 300k production. Of course I'm one turning a wonder. I was hoping that 10% food would take a bite out of this, and it kind of did. Like if I retool food, we're down to 24k still. Jesus, I need to take a bite. Any more wonders is the real question. 10% Christ the Redeemer. Hell yeah. 10% food, that's going to help. Does it go on a mountain? Yeah, it goes on a mountain right there. Boom, 28k. Claim another wonder. I think I own all the wonders in the entire game. Big Ben is science. Empire State Building is money. I may as well build the Eiffel Tower. Like, why not? It's like 1,000 production. Let's destroy this preserve. Boom. Eiffel Tower complete. Down to 20k food. We need to be stable, though. I refuse to accept it. You can't have a starving gigacity. It's got to be stable. Bottom coast, 1 tile. Oh, yeah. Boom. Good eye. Good eye on that man. Give that man a can of Coca-Cola. Extremely good eye. Bottom coast, right of a horse tile. Empty. Oh, damn. We got another one. That's a preserve? Yeah. Preserve is technically a district. Let's end some turns now, because we got a whole lot of districts in the queue. In fact, I can spend my money very quickly here. All right, we've almost got a self-sustaining city. Seriously? 19k, 0.8 food. We'll get there. How much does each of my population eat right now? I have 1,000. Let's do some calculation here. Right. I have in my city 94. I have 1,045, and I'm eating 145. So that's 94,050 divided by 1045. Each of my population is eating 90 food. So I like a single farmer can't even sustain a population right now because I get 18 food per farmer. Why are you building makers quarters? So I can so I can continue to have enough industry to keep building farmers' quarters. So if a single farmer isn't sustaining himself, this extra farmer slot isn't worth it, so I'll just cancel it. And I'll go for an extra worker slot on my makers' quarters so they can produce more. +1 stability on territories that follow religion. Is there anything in here that I could grab? Forget the mass farm, just starve out your population to nearly nothing. Do you understand that at a 27,000, right? A 27,000 food deficit, and I can lose at most 1 population per turn. And my population are currently eating 90 food. Even if we assume that the amount of food my population eats doesn't go down, okay? You want me to starve my population for 330 turns? No. Faith is equal to food, so more faith. In a single turn, I can do a holy day, which will give me +5 faith on holy sites. That's worth roughly, depending on the number of wonders I have, it's worth actually quite a decent amount of food. It's probably worth it to do it every turn that I can one turn it for the extra little bit of food. But I'm better off because I'm getting 57 food per farm here in a lot of areas. I'm better off just replacing. Pollution is the problem. That's because the world is already polluted. So I'm only getting half food from my districts. There's nothing I can do to change that. The world, it's already over. We did it. Is there a way to unbuild infrastructure? I don't think, if we could, I don't think we would want to. Too late for that. Maybe I should have not polluted the world. Although then again, I missed out on so many cool high numbers. Change absorb with gold back to communal land. That might not be a bad move. Where is that one? +3 faith on territory feels like the right change now. That's 3 food per territory. Unbuild, you can do that with pillage. Infrastructure, not districts. Infrastructure is a thing in this game that is separate. Why can't I find this? Am I actually just dumb? Oh my god, my mouse literally hovered over it like a million times. All right, +10 food per number of territories. That's a decent chunk of food. Especially with all my modifiers. It's like not a bad amount of food. Damn, 450k production. The problem is that like every time one of my pops dies, my food is actually going down because my pops are worth a lot of food, each one. I've been clicking on a railroad. Man, it really does feel like I'm making 0 dent. Like actually 0 dent, no matter how much food I produce. Spam armies, that's actually a based idea if I have a cheap enough unit to spam. What's the highest pop thing that I can spam? Because of course, Coruscant would have an army. Yeah, no, this makes sense. Let's just do that many riflemen. 30 riflemen. I can make 8 safely per turn. Man, these are level 3 as well. Jesus Christ, these guys are strong. I have 400k surplus. Nothing is expensive enough for me to build it. We are bringing the pop down. That's good. Like, how effective is building an army? Actually, about 4k per turn. Whoever's idea it was to build an army, you are based and you have saved this playthrough. Actual hero of the revolution out there. Oh my god, it's working. It's working. We're bleeding the city dry of population. Down to 13k. This is way faster. Why didn't I think of this? You're a genius, dude. Nice job, man. Fair play to you. Well done. Whoever's idea that was. Wait, whose idea was that? Who said that? Bo Lamana? Well done. Okay, I wish there was a way for me to like VIP you in YouTube chat. I thought you were a Twitch chatter. Rip. You've only got 45 farms left though? What? We're stable. Balanced policy? We're very close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be it. We're now stable. We can disband these one at a time. One more disband, and then that's it. Okay, losing 100 food per turn, that's fine. Right? I would consider this stable because that's like a few farms. I think we did it. I don't think there's a single tile left on this entire planet that is not covered by a district that is land. Now we're going to do one final sweep, but I think this is the home stretch. We did it. I want like epic music in the background for this Morbus, okay? Like that Doug guy that does when he does his YouTube channels. I want like super dun 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 dun, dun music. Oh! No, those are wonders. You know what I mean? Whatever awesome music you can find. I think that's it, guys. I think we did it. I'm pretty happy with that. That was a solid run. Look at this, dude. It is just a grey mass of miserable fog, a concrete misery. We have created my most perfect creation, a devastated world where all there is work. There is barely any greenery. And any greenery that exists is rare and kept in nature preserves. Just an endless sea of pollution and the sprinklings of humanity's memories of what the world once was.
Hey everyone, Morbus here. Potato is a Muppet and forgot to record the outro for this video. And he's on holiday, so I don't want to force him to record it now, and that means you get me. If you liked this video of Potato building far too many districts, remember to like and subscribe, and he'll see you next time. I know he says he loves you, but I don't think we have that kind of relationship yet, so just have fun. Bye.